the story of the DAOist. It was a knee-jerk reaction to FCC running out of tickets, as I was wanting to make sure that the DAO folk had a place to meet and talk shop. Things got a little wild. We did raise enough money to make a big event. It was clear that the world wanted something like this, but more than just events. There's an opportunity for this brand, this group, this community to be a lever that fixes the problem that DAOs are arcane as fuck. And we have many communities, but we have no meta community that is dedicated to telling the stories of this way of life and helping people navigate this way of life, increasing the psychological safety of this way of life and things like that. So how can we actually see DAOist as movement where events are a big part, but there's much more that can happen once people are in a state of cheerful coordination, right? So the mission statement for me, and it seems to be aligned with the current core team that we want to make obsolete in the coming months, is that our job is to coordinate space, talent, and culture, right? It's find the right people for the right problems, integrate their different types of talent into complex results, and publish and host and distribute the results as a form of culture. This allows us to have our own little corner and not do the things that we don't do. For example, the other group that's called the DAOists, that I think is super cool, or DAOists, only DAOists. They have a big Discord of a bunch of like mapping initiatives and getting the resources in a database. That is great for us because we go there, we help them, we get what they did, and we can actually make a beautiful synergy thing. So it's how to build a project that is just the water where all the DAO media can be shared and not necessarily, how to say, in competition. Yeah. And I don't think it's that much of a rosy glassed perspective. I think we can do it in a way that we don't have to step on toes and we don't have to be fighting for mind share. So now we get to the part where there should be beautiful graphics here, but they're not there. We're gonna get there. Right. So we have layer 0, which is all the people in the planet, and the Web3 people, which most of us have met probably at events and etc. And I believe that we are beautiful people. I'm so happy to have a space in this ecosystem. From this layer 0, there's a core team of people that are involved with Collectivo and were involved with DAOfest in the beginning, way back in the day. And we are also wanting to create the Elder Circle. From the Elder Circle, which are people that have part of the knowledge or technical skills that we need to pull off the idea that we want to do. On top of that come the sponsors. All the past sponsors, everyone, if you ever sponsored a DAOist, there's governance power coming your way. And then there will be governance tokens for the community. It will work a little bit like a Moloch system or like a pledge. And from that, we will create a governance layer. This governance layer will be controlling the events, but also the content streams, but it will be maintaining the platforms, getting funding from a DAO. We are starting a physical embassy space in Lisbon that will hold guest rooms and work studios for people to come. We're also going to be coordinating and inviting and giving grants to people, maybe a technologist, an artist, and a policy person to cooperate for 2 months. So it's not going to be too hard for convince somebody, hey, do you want to stay for free 2 months in Lisbon and have food and have workspace and do something awesome? And then as soon as you finish, we publish it for the entire community to see. And I hope to be there helping facilitate the creative process, which is my true profession for the last 15 years, right? So all of this will feed into content streams. The bar is really, really cool. I hope to be able to share some pictures soon. We're trying to purchase half of the bar. Negotiations are in process. And then there's initiatives that we still have to talk about and better define around coordinating talent, documenting talent, helping talent move through the DAO space. There's diplomacy initiatives and there's product initiatives. The first one being index token for DAOs. Next thing that's going to happen now, and we're all working on it, is so this is the governance NFT for the style, and so this will give you 3 votes on a snapshot that will later be connected, probably with a safe. I know Beth is in here; she's probably excited. Like, yeah, let's use Zodiac. Yeah, probably using Zodiac. because we're not smart enough to pull this off alone, we want as many people to have voice as possible. So there's 50 elder tokens that are going to be invitations, and you can also apply to be an elder. This will be a form that people can apply and say like, hey, I see what you're building. I know how I can help. So what's the trade that the trade-off for the elders? Like, we expect you to have a small time commitment and help us get to where we want to get. You're going to have governance power and ample access to all the stuff, including free swag, special swag, coming to the embassy, staying at the bunk beds, food, co-working space, free drinks at the bar. Like, let's make DAOs also a meet space boom, not only a metaverse boom, but there's also metaverse initiatives underway. Shout out to Jonathan, shout out to Vandal if they're here. Let's figure it out. We're working on a penthouse on the metaverse, on CryptoVoxels, where we can display the content, the art, the governance, the DAO, invite people to join, etc. So it's a column of platforms that go from the ground all the way to the metaverse, right? So we have the core team going on, which right now it's probably me, Gian, Luke, and Inga, but Gamma is quickly approaching and helping a bunch, and there will be 10 core tokens. I don't know how they're going to be distributed yet. So we have 50 of these, 10 of these, and they have 10 votes. And the goal is to make core obsolete. Maybe in 2 years down the line or 1 year down the line, we're going to be doing this so well we can actually self-destruct the core. It would be a cool thing to do. Just think about it. So yeah, so what we're trying to do is to create a community that is inclusive. It's not about being the coolest and the illest and the bestest of everything. It's more a place that is welcoming. We have the SWAT team communities out there, and we can help you join them after you use the DAOist as a training wheel. We provide more than we take. We invite rather than select. We work with existing entities. We're relational and dialogue focused. So it's also outward driven, as we say. We're an embassy. We want to help the politicians. We want to help the commercial associations. We want to employ as many people as possible. We want to help DAOs employ normal folk. Like, I think that's the shift that we're missing, and I feel passionate about it. We want to be a public good. So the roadmap is, again, shitty graphics, apologies. We had the core kickoff. Then we have all of these sponsors of the physical events that you guys, probably some of you are, and you know the sponsorship tiers. It's Rider DAO, Sister DAO, Master. They all come with their different governance weights. These are old JPEGs for the NFTs, so they don't have, but Sister DAO gets 1, Rider DAO gets 3, Master gets 5. And then we have 2 new sponsorship packages, which are large sponsorships. They are not just related to the events, and they come with a lot of embassy and bar related advantages, and also governance and access advantages. And then we're going to have these 2 individual tokens that the only ones that are going to be tradable on the open market, which are the DAOist and the DAO Planet. And they come with their set of advantages as well. I will present this later. And then the idea is to run this proof of concept for 1 year, have like a deadline, and define what we're going to do together, which probably most likely will contain some sort of token event down the line, or maybe we'll have a better idea. But I want this to be done together. So the goal of this roadmap, of course, this is a sketch, and I want to hear what you guys have to say, is to provide just enough structure for coordination and enough lack of structure for innovation and creativity to happen.